Zooming In is brought to you by Under Armour Performance Apparel.
As any experienced late-season hunter knows, setting up near remote feeding areas can dramatically increase their chances for putting a big buck on the ground. And that was exactly the case with Jeff's Illinois muzzleloader deer. Outfitter Joe Gizdick from Tall Tine Outfitters instructed Jeff and cameraman Matt Tandy to set up here, near this brushy fence line. Joe had a gut feeling that at least one big buck was using this hidden pick cornfield as a primary feeding area. About an hour before dark, several antlerless deer showed up here and made their way to the cornfield. Not long afterward, a big buck appeared near the edge of the timber, right here. The buck walked over and jumped the fence here, also apparently heading for the field. But as the footage from Jeff's hunt showed, rather than joining the antlerless deer that were already feeding in the pick corn, the big whitetail continued along this edge. He eventually ended up literally right at the base of the tree where Jeff and Matt were set up. Even though the buck was shot pretty much at point-blank range, he still managed to run all the way to the bottom of this draw before falling. Of course, there's no way of knowing if the big 9-pointer would have eventually ended up feeding in the pick cornfield or if he was merely cruising through the area, checking for some late rut action. Regardless, the fact that the buck felt safe moving around almost a full hour before dark is directly attributable to the remoteness of the area. Hey, make sure you tune in next week to see where on earth we'll be zooming in. We'll see you here.
Zooming In has been brought to you by Under Armour Performance Apparel.